ERRA dropped a new album, Cure. This was my first full introduction following the entire release for the album. Every single, I believe we said like the exact same thing for every single where it was like, okay, we get it.
Hmm.
We get the hype. We understand why ERRA has a big space in the fucking scene. We understand why everyone fucking loves them. Cool. Excited for the album. Album did not let down, at least for me. I thought it was a great record. Again, another one with just great energy through and through. I really liked the guitars a lot.
Well,
And also
yeah.
I liked the guitars a lot. And then I also did like obviously just the vocals as well. I think it's just a great solid record.
I'm in the same boat as Glory. Said the same things about the singles, getting the
Mm-hmm.
hype for the band.
Mm-hmm.
Been have seen them a bunch, never checked them out. This is my
Mm-hmm.
first time, sitting down, listening to a full ERRA record.
Mm-hmm.
Um, dude, it's pretty fucking sick.
It's pretty fucking solid.
It did take like a bunch of listens though. Like I listened to this record a lot. Um, between
I
Friday
don't
and
know.
now.
Yeah.
Probably more than anything on this playlist because
Can you give us a number?
dude, like 4 or 5.
Shit.
Yeah.
And on the like the fifth
Yeah,
try.
well, I was like getting it more and more each time. It's just like you mentioned something about the guitars,
Yeah.
the more technical play style that is found on this
Mhm.
record, albeit it is not like what is that fucking genre? Periphery, the fucking gent. Yeah,
Gent.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Although it's
Prague.
not, yeah, it's not gent, it's not prog. It is definitely a little bit more technical, and that's not the type of metal that I typically gravitate towards.
I
Yeah,
really like Gent.
Glory found
I
out
like
she liked
Prague.
gent when we listened to the Periphery
Yeah.
record together.
Oh, I love you, Periphery. Sorry.
um, but so that's why like the singles had those moments, but it wasn't
Mhm.
like the focal point of the. Whereas some of these songs are just like Riff City, which is fine. That's what this band is. Like,
Rift City
yeah,
population me.
that's okay. That's what this band is. But this it just took me a bunch of listens. But I'm on the train now. I listened to it enough times. I'm on the train. That's just personal taste for me.
Yeah.
I very much enjoyed the record. Couple of songs that basically off the bat I was big fans of. Pale Iris, which was a single, but Idle Wild as well. Big fan of that one. Probably my favorite song on the record. Big fan of the chorus on that one. But I like all the songs. I like the way that this record opens.
Yeah.
Crawl Backwards Out of Heaven, another single, but
Mhm.
that
Damn right.
that's another one that I'm a favorite of.
That was a really good one. I
But
believe that
yeah,
was my favorite.
hell yeah,
Yeah.
big fan of this record. Just personal taste
Mhm.
made me take a couple of listens to get it.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gave it a fighting chance and it won.
I was determined to, because I've always liked ERRA, but I was
Yeah, you
determined
no, you have.
to
Yeah.
get the band this time, to get them,
Yeah.
understand it.
Exactly. You've always been in my head just an ERRA fan,
Mhm.
even though you've never like fully gotten into their music. It's like you'd be like, "Oh, I'm seeing ERRA this week," or "I'm so excited." Their live shit's always good. Blah blah blah. But you've never like listened to a full album or
Yeah,
something. So I'm happy, even though it took 4 chances. You did eventually end up really liking the record.
yeah.
So.
I've seen them live a bunch. They always put on a great show. Um,
Mhm.
so no hate there. They always put on a fantastic show.
Mhm.
So hell yeah, very very stoked on this. Um, check the record out. Check the
Yeah.
record out because I've seen this one getting a lot of love as well.
Mhm.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
these were the two big heavy music heavy hitters that came out this week.
Yeah.
Check them the fuck out.
Fucking ones that are just plaguing our timeline. Happy about it,
and
but Jesus
the hot
Christ.
takes between the two, like seeing people compare Alpha Wolf and ERRA
Mhm.
is like seeing people compare My Chemical Romance and the Wiggles. Like, I'm sorry,
It
it's
makes
for two
no
different types of
sense.
people.
Exactly, like a fucking crazy person who fucking shotguns a monster, Alpha Wolf, and then a person who like politely sips a coffee, ERRA. It's like That shit doesn't make any
There's
sense.
plenty of overlap, but they are for two different kinds of people. So like
Exactly.
literally it's just a pissing contest of people comparing the two records because it's literally just personal preference.
Quite literally. Yeah.
Like that's obviously like 95% of comparisons and shit. It's all personal preference, but this is like the definition of personal preference comparing these two records. Just because
two different crowds.
Yeah.
Some overlap, but two completely different crowds.
Just because they came out on the same day. Wild.
Yeah.
It would be like people comparing, like when 21 Pilots and Water Park share a release day. It would be like people comparing those two releases.
Or like when people compared the Pierce the Veil and Paramore.
Exactly.
Releases, two completely different genres. I'm like, what, guys? Just because they're big alt bands does not mean that they're fucking pitted against each other immediately. That's fucking ridiculous.
Fucking great. It's fucking great.